Another question that comes here, we're going to get in technical a little bit. It says, what is the difference between a logo and a slogan? What is the difference between a logo and a slogan? And how would you all, the brains of branding, how will you all help this stand out?
Oh my goodness. The difference between a logo is, okay, a logo is the actual name of your business. So a good one, here we go. CEED, that's a logo. Chase, that's a logo. So those are logos. A slogan is, and Mark brought this up. I think there was a question about that in terms of a tagline and a mantra, I believe. So like my tagline, nobody really would know it unless you know my business, but my tagline is where thought and imagery converge. And it goes back to the name of my business. My name of my business is Selah, Selah Branding and Design. Selah means to pause and think about that. But if you don't know that, and again, that's what a lot of companies do. When you do, that's the culture and when you start thinking about the name of your business, you put a lot of thought into that, and then of course you want to have an image for that business, and that's what that logo does. Then the tagline is what you do, or what the message behind it. So just do it technically is Nike's tagline, but that's not necessarily the how did Mr. D put it, the brand idea. Or the back, I would say the backstory behind that company.
Yeah, pretty simply, she said, logo is the image. The logo is the picture, it's the swoosh, it's the apple, the tagline or the slogan, both the same thing or the just do it. CEED is the picture of the people, and investing in people is their slogan. So you want to have both. The slogan should be a very brief 2, 3, 4 words that captures the personality of your brand and the function of what it is that you provide, the good or the service. Real quick, real brief. My company is Batch Brewing Company. I have a pretty little logo, and our slogan is beer makes me happy. You're never going to forget it. It tells you what I do, and it tells you what you're going to get out of it. Real simple, personality and function.
And I would say people make me happy. That was funny too. However, we're going to actually talk about customers. How do you all want to talk about customers? Your customers, raise your hand. All right, the biggest thing is attracting the right customers. How do you actually impact your customers? How do you all have people out there, you're like, you know what, they know how to bring people in. And you're looking at them like, anybody ever worked for Apple, been at an Apple store? Ever been? Do you know that they're always full? I work there. And you're like, people never go home. They just stay there and just hang out. And so when we think about the brand of like Apple or etc., my question is, how do we take local businesses and make them, we can't make them, but how do we share ideas and thoughts and principles that you all have used in small business to help them take their customers and become that Apple to their community, Apple to their industry, where no matter what you do, I want to have Mansell Marketing Design Firm had put that out there for me. So how do you do that? And give us some tips that you all have used in servicing your client with imagery, with branding, as well as beer. How did you do it? Sorry. Basically, for a local business, a small startup, they want to be the Apple in their community. They want to be the Apple in that industry. They want to be able to bring customers in and make customers addicted to their business. What did you do with one of your clients? A tip that they can use, you did with one of your clients, actual clients, that they can kind of take away and make it become that Apple of their business. And I'm not promoting Apple, I believe in Microsoft too, okay? Let's go.
There's so many components to that question.
Time one is good. That's why we got 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. That's
okay.
Amazing.
If I cannot emphasize this enough, networking. Being associated with associations, affiliations that you are interested in being a part of, that do some of the same things that you do, but really just networking, being reachable, saying yes to a lot of things that maybe you wouldn't normally say yes to, but when you're first getting started, and then act free. When I first started in my business, I did a whole lot of things for free. Speaking, I had models or clients that I just pulled and I said, hey, let me dress you for this event. Let me do your hair and your makeup for this and this is how you build your portfolio. Portfolio is key as well in your networking experience. So networking and then building your portfolio, a lot of times we don't have, outside of the resources that were presented today, money or even enough time for one person to create a professional portfolio. So if you're bartering is another term that successful entrepreneurs kind of shy away from, but it's very, very key when you're getting started to create your experience in your portfolio, and then networking, not just going to work and going home. That's easy. Getting out there, showing your passion, showing your interest, and then being interested in what others do, not just consumed within yourself and consumed in what you're interested in, but just learning what's out here. Very, very key.
People are coming to you as the expert in whatever field you're in. So you need, again, go back to your niche. What are the services, your core services that you provide, building the reputation in those services, the product has a good rep. I mean, as you all know, and then word of mouth. And word of mouth is just, on steroids on social media. So I would just really, just pay attention to what your customers are asking you for. Steve mentioned that earlier. You may need to pivot. I did some pivoting. Again, knowing the full range of marketing, but saying, I'm gonna stay right here. And so again, going back to your core services, that niche market that you provide. Being true to you. I would also say that something that was told to me a few years ago, many years ago actually, real estate mogul Don Peebles, he spent some time here in Detroit. He said to me, he wrote me a letter. He did some work. I was able to do some things for him. And he said he wrote a letter to me, and I've kept it. And he said, "You're only as good as your follow through." And that has stayed with me. And it's hard because if you are, many of us who we're sole proprietors and we're solopreneurs and we're doing everything. I'm answering the phone, I gotta return all my phone calls, I gotta answer all my emails, I have to then do the work, then show up for a meeting, then come to a panel discussion, so get on a plane tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. And do a presentation on Saturday, so when you're doing all of this yourself and you don't have any, real, I don't say help, or you don't have a staff, okay? So when you're doing all of those things, it still comes back to how well are you providing the service to your customers? Can you do the follow through?
Yeah, Mark earlier was talking about work-life balance. If you want work-life balance, don't be an entrepreneur. Not going to happen. It's a cute idea. It's not happening. You have to be prepared to work harder than your competition every day, whether it is out networking, whether it's providing every bit of those services. It's just sometimes putting your nose to the grindstone for 80, 90 hours a week. I hope that you chose something that you like to do because you're going to do it a lot. And that is, at the end of the day, you're going to build a brand, you're going to understand your service, you're going to analyze it, you're going to get a great logo, you're going to build a slogan, you're going to get your financial model in place, you're going to get your loan or your financing or some investors, you're going to build your thing. Right. And then you're going to do it over and over and over and over again. So that's the secret.
One more point. Those of you that are still working full-time jobs where you're doing your business on the side, while you're at the company A, B, and C, utilize those networks and resources so that once you launch out into doing things your own, you have people that say, hey, I know this person and this person, or this person will be good for you, or this project will be good for you. Don't burn those bridges saying, I'm out of here, I'm tired. Like, don't do that. Be diligent, keep your integrity and your character so that once you're done with that 9 to 5, people are still willing to help you and to kind of connect you.
We want to thank you all so very much. You know, you all offer some great advice. I'm like eating in my head, like this is good stuff. So thank you all very much. I'm going to turn it back over to Robin. Thank you.
Let's give our panel and our moderator a round of applause. One thing I do want to note that anyone who's interested in Mark Lee's PowerPoint presentation, he has agreed to post it on his website. He initially was not willing to share that PowerPoint information because I think it's such vital information and that's what he does for a living, but he has agreed to post it on his website, and he said to look for it by Monday to be posted on there. Everyone, again, you should have a survey. If you can do us a huge favor and complete those surveys. All of our programs are grant funded, and so we have to be able to show that we're doing what we said we were going to do, and this is the best way to do it, is to hear back from the people who have attended our entrepreneur roundtables. I also want to note that today's roundtable, as well as all of our entrepreneur roundtables, were videotaped, and it will be posted on the CEED YouTube channel, which is just CEED.org, CEED, O-R-G, for useful information, up-to-date information about what's going on in the southeastern Michigan and Detroit area for aspiring entrepreneurs as well as existing small business owners. Be sure to follow CEED on Twitter. You know, we're on Twitter as well, and we post different things that we know about going on in different communities around the city, and that's just MICEED, M-I-C-E-E-D. Or you can like us on Facebook, which is CEED.org as well, similar to the YouTube channel. Well, I hope that you're leaving here this afternoon feeling educated, enlightened, and engaged. That's our overall mission of the Entrepreneur Roundtable series. I hope that our panelists gave you the information that you need, as well as our speaker. Be sure to connect one-on-one with our panelists. You know, this was a dynamic panel, and they cover such a breadth of information when it comes to branding. So be sure to connect with them individually and connect with one another. Feel free to mill around. We're certainly not kicking anyone out. We have the room until 5, so if you would like to sit down and network, continue to network, feel free to do so. If not, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and again, thank you for coming. We have a question.
Yeah, Mr. Steve, do you bring free samples for the bear?
No.
No free samples
Michigan law says no.
of the beer. Thank you so much.